Hey there, y'all. This is Hades, and today we are going to be making a My Hero Academia tier list. All right, and yes, this is my definitive tier list. I'm going to be going as objective as possible. There's not going to be any real particular order aside from the last three because it's the last three arcs, and I want to kind of just finish off with that. And might be a little bit controversial, but we'll see when we get there. All right. And before we start, I'd like to hear what y'all's favorite and least favorite arc is. All right. Let me know in the comment section. I'd be very curious to hear what y'all have to say. All right. So anyway, let's just dive right in, shall we? All right. Now the first arc, of course, we're gonna start with that one, and the entrance exam arc. Actually, for the most part, it's actually pretty dang fine. I'd say the build up like with Deku and then All Might, coming in. Actually, pretty good stuff there with the whole excuse me, yeah, the entrance exam. The only real big problem I have with it when it comes to the writing is when Deku, not the part where Deku saves Uraraka, but the part where Deku is falling down and he's thinking, okay, how am I gonna save myself? And right before he does, Uraraka just so happens to slap him to save him. I'm not gonna lie, good moment and a pretty really good setup for what's gonna happen in the future. But overall, that's like a bit contrived. I wish we got more of Deku, about to perform a hit to try to stop himself, because it did seem like yeah, Deku was more than likely gonna hit the ground before he could set up a punch, But that's how it is, and honestly, a pretty good start, for a shonen for sure. All right, battle trial arc. All right, not bad. I think it's actually a pretty cool arc. The only real problem with this arc is well, I mean, all everyone that performs is pretty fine. The only real trouble really is when Deku uses one for all to block Bakugo's attack, and he shoots the pressure up. It just so happens to get in Ida's way so Uraraka could tag the bomb. Like again, a bit contrived, but overall actually pretty dang fine. I'll put that right behind. Oops, sorry, right in fine tier. Endeavor's agency arc. Over actually, this one's pretty dang solid. I really really like this arc. The writing here is pretty dang tight, and the drama with Endeavor's family, of course, is never gonna get easy for him. But again, this one's actually pretty fantastic with the hero with Deku, Bakugo, and Todoroki. Competing against each other and trying to help out. And then that one moment where Endeavor freezes up because of Natsu's being threatened, and then the other heroes come and save him with Bakugo, Todoroki, and Deku. Again, good stuff there. That is actually a really really fantastic arc right there. All right, hero killer arc. Okay, I like this one a lot, but I mean, it's fine. Again, the biggest problem with this arc is Deku just so happened to be in the part of the city where Stain's attacking and all that stuff. But I will say the setup for it during the when they're in the tournament arc where Deku it was set up with Deku, talking to Todoroki, and then him getting his phone number, so that way they could be in contact. Then Deku letting Todoroki know about this because Todoroki just happens to be nearby. Again, a lot of contrivances to be sure, but overall it is a pretty decent arc. All right, final exams arc. Actually, I don't really have nothing really all that negative to say about it. It's actually pretty dang good. It holds up pretty well. The heroes, the trainees, the students I feel like lost. Honestly, the only one I don't have a trouble with, but the one that should have also lost was Todoroki and Momo's group. But of course, Aizawa did hesitate a bit, and that's what cost him the victory. But yeah, I get a lot of character growth between Momo, Todoroki, Bakugo, and Deku, and a bunch of other the students. Again, good stuff here for sure. All right, next is joint training arc. All right, actually another one that's not bad. Oh man, but how high do I want to put this one? Um, because overall this is actually a pretty good one. I'm gonna have to put it in a fine tier again. A lot of good moments, but then there's a lot of moments where the heroes just the students like some teams should beat the other ones. Like for instance, like when Ida hit Mudman and Mudman was only conscious enough to tip a a steel tower over. And again, Ida's bolting as fast as he could, and Mudman had enough time to let Tetsu Tetsu know, okay, hit that before I pass out. Tetsu Tetsu does, and there's some other stuff like that. But I do like the round where I don't remember her name, but the My Little Pony hero girl, where she just stays in the air using her horns just to run out the time so it's a tie. Like that's smart. I really do like that. Stuff like that. And again, but the part like I think was really good is Bakugo getting the an extreme victory, an absolute victory, and stuff like that. I think it's really fun. No, I don't think I know it's really good stuff there. All right, my personal favorite arc in all of My Hero Academia, the Hideout Raid arc. This arc was just so freaking good. I'm not gonna lie, I will admit this. My eyes did get watery because I legit thought All Might was gonna die here. I was like, I'll admit it, my eyes got watery. I didn't cry, but I wasn't gonna fight it. I thought All Might was gonna die here, and this arc was actually pretty dang good. The only real problem with it is All for One just didn't continue to spam the air blast at All Might. But the only real good explanation I could really think of is Endeavor and Edge Shot were there too. So All for One spamming it was probably going to be a real possibility since he had to finish All for One or sorry All Might because this is it. He's got to kill All Might so that way Shigaraki could continue on. And now we know All for One would have lived regardless because his organs would have been transferred into Shigaraki eventually. So yeah, this arc is actually really good, and I'm gonna put it on the top of. Oh, is it gray? It might be. Um, I might move it down later if we come across something that's actually more tighter written. But yeah, oh man, that arc is so freaking good. My Villain Academia. Okay, I enjoyed it, but man, does it have problems. So I'm gonna put it in bad tier. I do like the things with Shigaraki and that development there. I think that was really good, but the things with Toga is just absolutely bad. Just the fact that she just doesn't die when she should. Like that's really bad. Like compared to these other arcs, like My Villain Academia in a writing stance, like everyone else is pretty solid. But honestly, a lot some of the villains on Shigaraki's side should have more than likely died because they're going up against villains that have been training since they were children to overthrow the Japanese government and the Japanese heroes. And you just get in like none of them really sustain like major damage. The only one that's really is Toga, but she's just fine. So yeah, this was a pretty dang bad one here. Overall, like with Shigaraki, pretty good. Some of the other villains, like not bad. Like Spinner was fine. Dobby was pretty good, and the rest was just not really. All right, Liberation War arc. Okay, I really enjoyed the Liberation War arc. It was actually pretty good, and I would say that but it does have problems. Again, a lot of some plot armor for sure. With Bakugo and Deku just being saved, but I do love the moment where Deku, breaks. He snaps. He just starts pounding down on Shigaraki. Good stuff there. And then we see Endeavor coming in again. Plot armor saving Endeavor, and then Gigantomatica just rampaging through heroes. Again, more plot armor saving heroes and stuff like that, which is ridiculous. So I'm gonna put it at the bottom of fine tier. Again, like really good, but it definitely has stuff holding it back. Pro hero arc, okay, okay. I'll admit it's really good, and I'm definitely gonna put it above my personal favorite because it's written really well. And yes, you could say some plot armor for Endeavor, but I think the fact that Endeavor, just the fact that when he gets hit, it's like obvious it could be survivable in the sense that he would dodge in time. Since Endeavor is an insanely powerful hero, we just forget about that. But when he's going up against high end, it's just fantastic. And the rest of it, when we're meeting the other top 10 heroes, again, very good stuff there for sure. Oh man, I just kind of talked myself out of it. No, it's not top 10, it's not great 10. But shoot, I don't want to put it that low, but hmm. Yeah. Oh man, just thinking about it, like, really, really thinking about it, you're like, okay, yeah, it's good, but compared to the ones right here above it, yeah, it's not as good. All right, the hero license exam. Okay, this one is actually interesting. Oh man, I don't know why this is like the least arcs I remember for whatever reason, the least I remember, but I remember well enough that it's actually pretty good. My biggest problem is the that like I just don't like that all of UA like they all score. But I will give it this: Hirikoshi had the guts to have Bakugo and Todoroki fail. Like he did have the guts to do that. But I think the fact that he didn't have like a more of the line heroes fail is just for the sheer fact he didn't want to write for all of them. Passing. And I do think that's a failure on his part, to be sure. So I'm gonna put this probably right behind the Hero Killer arc. Now, Quirk Test arc, honestly, it's actually fine for the most part. It's pretty good, hilarious, very well. And Aizawa, showing his intelligence, which does not show up much in the last arc, but we'll get there when we get there. The Quirk Test is actually really good on a writing standpoint. So, man, is it? I'll put it there for now. I might actually move it up higher, to be honest, but it's actually pretty dang good. And again, the introduction to all this to most of the students is actually pretty dang good. All right. The course arc, of course, with Bakugo and Todoroki and Co. are trying to gain their license again, and with the children, again, all that's pretty funny and stuff like that. It's pretty fine. Nothing wrong with him. We also do get some Endeavor character building there on that arc where Endeavor's asking for help, how to become a better hero. Good stuff there for sure. So I'm gonna put this. Oh my, is it right? Yeah, yeah. No. Right there. Yep, top of fine. All right. Okay. School festival arc. Okay. Most of it is really, really good. I'm not gonna lie. In fact, a lot of it is great, especially with Eerie and why did I almost forget his name? Lemillion, just helping out, and Deku, doing everything he can. The only problem I have with it is, again, it just so happened Deku goes out and meets with um the villain of this arc and to try to stop him. Like he just so happened to meet him, gentleman, and it was just okay. That's ridiculous. But overall, the rest of the arc is pretty good. So I'm gonna put this. Man, hmm, yeah, I'll put that right there, right behind Battle Trial arc. Okay, school trip arc is insanely fun. I really enjoy it. Like legit, like it's freaking good. It's really good. The only problem is it's with Deku. He just so happens to come across masculine, and Deku's like literally the only one at this point, aside from arguably Todoroki, that would be able to take him on of the students, I should say. And also, Koga just so happens to come across the villain that killed his parents. It's like very, very contrived. That's the only thing holding this arc back. Plot armor wise, it's not that bad. The only other thing I could think of is when Sojo gets his arm cut off. He's like, oh no, it was a tentacle. Like I could regrow back my arms because it wasn't my real arm. I was like, oh come on. But yeah, aside from that, it was actually not bad. So I'll probably put that right before the Liberation War arc. All right, let's see. Oh, by the Misahaki arc. It's essentially the overhaul arc. Man, again, enjoyable. That final fight is so good. And Hirikoshi having it to where Ares' rewind ability is just powering up Deku so he can stay at 100% is good. But again, there's a lot of plot armor here. Lemillion should have died for sure in this arc. Man. But again, the biggest things I really don't like are like, plot armor and but the thing I hate okay, first, number one thing I hate most is character assassination. Second, plot armor, and then third, contrivances. And this one definitely had plot armor for sure. So, which is unfortunate because it was actually not. It was holding up, but I'll probably put it right there. All right, USJ arc. Again, another great hook in the beginning of the series. But man, I for me the biggest problem for this arc would be the fact that you have like a ton of villains and they couldn't kill at least one of the UA students. Like really, like they couldn't do that. Like, a ton of plot armor in that arc, which is very, very unfortunate. Even though I really, really like this arc, but yeah, it's very unfortunate because I like it, but man, the plot armor is insane in that. U.S. Sports Festival arc. Holy cow! Okay, yeah, this is probably going straight up to a great tier because the fact that Deku loses, he does not win the win is freaking crazy. And then the build up we get from the other users from One for All, the hints that we're gonna be getting them all, and then the rest of the matches was really really good. Bakugo versus uh Uraraka, and then Ida versus Hitsumai. Good stuff. And then Kirishima versus Tetsu Tetsu. Again, great matches. I buy them all. It's very, very good stuff here. You know, this is probably the best written arc here for sure. All right. Okay, now we're going to Dark Deku arc. Again, this is an underrated arc, I'd say. I don't really see much people saying how great this arc is, but it actually is pretty good. It ain't gonna be great tier, not at all. But the fact that everything is finally getting to Deku, the fact that all like everything terrible is happening, is just it's just coming to him. Like it's been all building up and it just comes crashing down after the war arc that Deku should have been able to do more. He's been chosen by All Might, but he's still unable to even put a dent in All for One's forces. And the fact that now villains are just running rampant throughout all of Japan, and he feels that he has to stop them, that he has to do this, and he does not want to put his friends in jeopardy. It's not out of the a sense of of pride or that people will hold him back. No, that he's afraid that they will get hurt, and Deku's trying to shoulder this all on his own. And the fact that he's trying to do this, and then his friends come to try to save him and help him. That he can't he could he can't do this on his own. He needs his friends, which again is great, great, great. But right here, we do see some cracks in character. Assassination for Uraraka. It's fine for Uraraka to feel bad for Toga, but we'll get to it when we get to in the last arc. So overall, this arc was really good. I'm gonna put this right. Oh man, right behind Battle Trial Exam. Stars and Stripes arc. Okay, this might be a controversial take, but man, this sucker is going all the way up to right behind Endeavor's agency arc. Again, and it's just showing what Stars and Stripes could do. USA, America, what could do. The strongest hero in the world, aside from All Might, of course. And then seeing Shigaraki, this new being that coming out to fight to see what he could do, give us a good preview what this guy could do in this fight. And in the end, it just came down to Stars and Stripes just trying to buy the Japanese heroes some more time to do everything they can to stop Shigaraki, even if it just means a couple of more days, which is, again, great stuff here, seeing what they can do. The only big problem I have here as well, how in the world is Shigaraki able to escape? You know what I mean? Like, like that's my biggest problem with it. But it's all like you could see how he did. It's just I wish we got more on how he managed to get out of there. Because when we see him, he does blow away the jets following him, but he stops at a location where there's people. He tries handing his quirk to them. I'd imagine the Jets would probably be able to soon be able to get on his tail real fast. And not to mention Shigaraki is like literally like being destroyed from the inside out momentarily. But overall, this yeah, it was really really good. But I could see how Shigaraki can escape. I just wish we got to see more how he did it. All right, the arc with Yuga betraying everyone. Okay, did I see this coming? Not really. I totally thought Invisible Girl was gonna be the main villain of the arc. Or not the villain, but the spy. I legit thought, but no, it turned out to be Yuga. Honestly, Yuga probably would have been my what, fifth, sixth choice, to be honest. But yeah, I didn't expect him to be top three, and Deku trying to get him, talking to him and hearing him. Um, which is good stuff when he's talking to him. But I do like the fact that Invisible Girl overheard him talking. But I don't like the fact that Deku again just so happened to be there when he's spilling the beans out. Like that's like, oh come on, you know what I mean? Like that, come on, that's ridiculous. Like I get it, Deku's the main hero, but he can't be everywhere all the time. Like there's no way, you know what I mean? So yeah, but overall, like everything else is pretty fine, and I do buy Yuga would want to be a good guy again. Like he'd want to atone for the sins that he's committed. So yeah, I do buy that. Again, the only it's just contrived that Deku just so happened to be there, but this chapter, or sorry, this arc is actually pretty dang fine. I'll probably put it right behind Dark Hero or Dark Deku Hero arc. Oop, my bad. All right, last arc. Yeah, this is terrible. 100% terrible. This arc is absolutely horrendous. I couldn't believe it. I legit couldn't believe it because I was going in with high hopes. I remember when before my YouTube channel got struck down, I was going into this arc saying, "Okay, yeah, my hero is strong. This arc is going to be so strong. It's going to be better than the final than Jujutsu's final arc because these two arcs are coming around at the same time." I was hyped for it. But man, the moment I should have seen the signs, um, in the stupidity of the heroes' tactics. It was just absolute stupidity. Having heroes separate and having some heroes be teleported fighting right in front of Gigantomontica, and then having Deku be teleported to where Uraraka is, and they're wondering why, and they never gave us a real explanation on why he just so happened to be teleported away from Shigaraki's location, and Uraraka's character assassination, which is absolutely terrible, and not just her. Freaking Toga's character assassination as well. Not to mention Bakugo's absolutely insane plot armor. Not just his, but like literally like just about nine nine. Like, is there any main hero that didn't die in this final arc? If there is, forgive me, but I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking to myself like, holy freak, this arc was absolutely terrible. I couldn't believe it. I legit was just glad my hero ended at this point. It was a terrible, how I describe it as my hero academia when crossing the finish line, it tripped, fell, and then dragged itself across the finish line. It didn't even attempt to get back up. It just dragged. It dragged itself. So yeah, my hero started off strong, and it just ended terribly. But yeah, that's my ranking. Let me know what you guys is a favorite arc. I actually didn't expect U.S. Sports Festival arc to be my number one pick, but wow, it is. I didn't expect that, but dang. And yeah, the final arc, yeah, that was terrible. I saw that coming a mile away. But yeah, let me know what your guys' number one and least favorite arc is. I'd be curious to hear what you all have to say. But yeah, this is my honest opinion, and if you listen this far, I appreciate it. And I hope you guys have a great day. Take care.